on a absolute beautiful day here.
It's around 8. Got 3 weeks. Get it done here. Let's start today, making sure we do what we got to do.
All right, buddy. Have a good night out there. Keep it tight down these corners. You'll be fine.
Green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
But man, Toaster is putting up quite the battle out here.
Still down there. Gonna do you like that. You remember, it's still down there.
And you can just see how well
I'll clear up.
Toaster gets up into Jose just a little bit. They hang on to it, J-Mac. These guys are very, very strong tonight.
Right there, and then when I was looking back earlier, I was trying to figure out if
Gotta be clean.
that's
Doha
Skaboski.
gets wrecked. That is going to make him lose the lead, I do believe, as this is the final lap. Jose is your new leader here.
Everybody work both lanes here. They're pulling the air real hard here.
We have the 34 going in the middle. We have the 41 on the low side.
Take advantage of this as quickly as possible.
Got no one with him at the moment. Absolutely incredible. Dohar's got a nose out, and he's got some draft help. Garbage takes the stage win. Dohar in second. Absolutely, you can see Sterlu right now coming up on, whoa!
Okay.
Sterlu, I would have just saw my life flash before my eyes. That was extremely close as we had a car headed into pit road. We have contact. Rocky Top barely misses.
Big wreck in your mirror.
There is a wreck in the back. That might bring out the caution.
One's coming to your bumpers.
Oh wow, that is. Oh no, that's 4 wide now.
That was 4 wide.
This is just insane. This finish. They're trying to push up in between the 14. They're 4 wide per second. They're wrecking. They're about to wipe out.
Oh, look at this. We have Dohar. These guys are almost 5 wide. We have
You
the
made it
Bolt
up to
hanging
4.
on to it.
Still there. Stay with it. Wreck him if you have to.
Oh, huge, huge pile up. We have, man, cars just spinning. We have the 24, Jose. He is involved. Everyone has completely lost their minds as I'm hearing over the radio.
The only way we're gonna make any progress here is if we work together. Nobody's wanting to work together.
Incredible right there. Your braking point or your let-off point. You're going to have what's happened here in Dohar. Huge, huge accident.
Well, that should do it. It's junk. I'm shattering the rears everywhere, all the way around the corner. Jimmy, green, white, checker, finish here. Give those belts a tug. You're ready to go.
We're going to see if he crosses the line out here in one piece.
Checkered flag in the air.
Yeah! Hey, you get a plug. Hell yeah, boys!
Man, you did a heck of a job in there. I couldn't be more proud of what you did this weekend.
Good job. All night, man.
You never know what you're going to get here. This shows it once again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 10 of AKA's winter season here in the Irish Hills at Michigan International Speedway for the start of round 2 in the playoffs. A tough break for a few, such as championship hopeful Tom Tom, who after a DC happened at Indy, he fell dramatically to the bottom of the points, putting him in a must-win situation at Mid-Ohio last week. He had a fantastic battle up to the very last second, but Tom Tom, who finished in second to TAC 24, he was unable to capture enough points, ending his hopes of a championship this season. Tonight, though, the top 9 have moved on and will battle it out in the hopes of claiming a spot for the Championship 5 at Daytona. With 6 different winners this season so far, anything is possible, so it's going to get crazy tonight, guys. But we have a lot going on in the booth, and I'm excited to bring all these guys out. First, we got to do the driver spotlight, though. Let's bring these guys out. Let's give a warm welcome to our driver spotlight's playoff contender, MDL, who pilots the number 42. He is 8th in points with 804. And we also have Blue Baca in the booth, who drives the number 3. He is 18th in points with 176. Welcome to the booth, guys. How you doing tonight?
Hey, thanks, Frozen. Doing okay. Getting ready for some Michigan.
I hear ya. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and it's going to be a crazy race, a very draft-friendly track, so it's going to be very interesting tonight for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to just stay out of trouble and try to log some laps. It's hard, you know. These are big packs. Everybody's in here is fast. It's not easy. That's for sure. It's not easy.
That's right.
I hear you on that. We're going to go ahead and start with MDL tonight. MDL, being in the final 9, competing for the championship, what's your strategy with these final few races?
Well, I guess, like basically, make it to the finish is always first. The way I think, is just, try to get a halfway decent finish. But I'd like to see 5 to 10 point bonus points, and I think that helps out a lot is the bonus points. And I kind of miss out on them kind of waiting toward the end. And if I can get out there and get a few bonus points and, top 7, top 5, I think that can, give me a chance going into Homestead to carry on to the final 5. I think it is this year.
Absolutely. And you bring that up, and it's so true, though. I've seen it where guys have won races in this league, but yet not lead the points simply because they did not get stage points. And those are so important. You have to get those in order to pad your points compared to the other drivers. So hopefully we can get you some stage points tonight, some bonus points, along with a great finish, and move you on to the final 5.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. Sounds real good.
I hear you. All right, Blue Baka. Seeing as you were in a few leagues and you have run several series, including owning one, which series is your favorite and why?
I'd have to say Xfinity.
Really?
Because it's just so close, hard, good racing. Everybody is all around you, right there at you. You ain't got no room to mess up.
That is very true.
Everybody's basically the same way, whether you're set up or not.
I feel
and
like
it just makes it more interesting.
That is so true, and I feel like they're a little easier to set up for as far as tuning goes, and so it keeps everyone closer together, and the racing can be so competitive, and you can kind of bang off each other a little bit and not suffer so much from it as you do in cup cars.
They're a little bit more forgiving, the Xfinity cars. I feel like they feel like they're more into the track. They just like they're more like more grip and
Absolutely.
everything in the track.
Absolutely. All right, for the both of you, we're going to start with MDL. With Michigan, Homestead, and Daytona as the final tracks, how do you feel about your chances to get a win?
Them are 3 not bad tracks from my point of view at all. I mean, Michigan, I think is almost like a Daytona or Talladega, with the drafting so much, and Homestead is kind of its own, But I think if you can get a good setup at Homestead, you can kind of, dictate your own race, kind of, sort of, where the draft ain't quite as strong there. But I feel pretty good about the last 3, and then Daytona to finish it out, awesome. It don't get no better than that.
It's going to be very interesting, absolutely. Blue Baka, what about you? How do you feel about the final 3 races and a chance at a win?
It's chances of the win. I'd have to throw Homestead out for me. There's too many people good out there. I'm just nah. I'd have to say Daytona would be easier for me because I've always been a good restrictor plate racer. I know how to use the draft, and I can run good there and use it for me.
I think
Michigan.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. It's too close to running for everybody. Daytona and Talladega is a chess game. That's all it is a chess game. You got to know what you're doing, how to play the draft, and who's around you.
It's so true. It's so true. All right, final question for you guys. We're going to start with Blue Baka for this one. How many seasons have you done for AKA, and what advice would you give to a driver that would hope to race in the series in the future?
I'd say this is my 2nd year racing with them. For a new driver, I just have to say come in, do your best, be respectful for all drivers, and if you screw up, admit it. Don't go blaming somebody else or whatever. If you mess up, screw it. That's the best thing you can do. Just be yourself. Don't come in here hot-headed and all that. Just be respectful, and you'll get the respect back.
It's great advice. I absolutely agree. All right, MDL, what would be your advice?
I'd like to say Blue Bout said it right. It's just I would just say just kind of keep low key, just run your laps. If you're fast, you'll get your chance to rise to the top. And,
Absolutely.
That's just these are long races, so there ain't but one lap that really counts. So. That's the last one. So.
That's true. That's so true. How long have you been
with the
racing at
stages, that
AK?
changes. It's been, I think, like 4 years, and we've probably done like 8,
Wow.
9, 10, not counting truck Xfinity. So there's probably about, a bunch. Yeah, quite a bit. But 4 years, I would say, actual time-wise, if not 5. And then, we've run like, little segment seasons and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of racing, but this is where it's at to me. It's this is everybody's came through here at one time or another.
Right.
So this is where it's at. So.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, and I do have a question that is coming from the audience, and this one goes to MDL. He wants to know about your game tag. Where'd it come from? Where'd you get that name from?
This one you're gonna love, Frozen.
I have to know.
This one.
Okay, all right. Basically, it is I found an old racing game. We didn't have internet back, and I got my son internet for Christmas or something about 8, 10 years. I think it was about 10 years back. So I'm looking around the house. I find the old racing game, and I start reading it. I'm like, I could go race people online. And he's like, well, you gotta have a gamer tag, 15 characters. Right? I don't know if he was messing. So all it is my initials, but that's 15 characters, basically.
Are you serious?
That's all it is. My son.
You are so
That's
funny.
all it is. That's my initials. That's Mike, and the D is Dale, and then Larson's. That's why I drive to 42.
Oh my gosh,
Well, it's
that is
spelled
way
a little
too funny.
different.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's where it came from. My son, he was probably about 12, 13, so he kind of got me on that one. But hey, I was racing 10 minutes later and been racing ever since.
That's cool. And I've known you for a long time, but I've never known that. Like, we've raced way back in the day. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
We've never
yes,
really
we
talked
go
about it,
long
but yeah,
time.
it's been a while.
Yeah, but that was my son. And then it's just 15 characters. That's all it is.
That's too funny. It works. But I'll tell you what, making graphics, you keep my life very interesting making graphics because I have to just spread everything out. Like,
I know. I was
lengthwise.
in a league, and the guys were like, it was Upper Edge. They were a pretty big league back 6, 8 years ago or something. And he's like, would you consider changing your gamer tag? Our administrator don't. I was like, it's too much for our administrators.
Oh, that is too funny. All right. Well, you guys heard it here. We have MDL and Blue Baka in the booth. I wish you guys a ton of luck tonight. I hope to give you an interview after the race. But until then, go kick some butt out there.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
Frozen.
you, Frozen. Thanks,
All right,
Frozen.
take it easy, guys.
You do a good job. Keep up good work.
Thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to the guys in chat. I see all these follows. We have Joseph Lombard out there giving another sub. Thank you so much. That is absolutely amazing. I truly appreciate it. But it is not over yet. We have so much still going on in the booth, and I have to bring him out. Tonight we have a very special guest. I want to give a warm welcome to NASCAR Heat's community manager, Justin Sutton. I don't know if I pronounced his last name right, so hopefully he'll tell me.
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
No,
awesome.
you got it.
I want to give you a warm welcome to the booth and also the community. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really, really happy to be here. Really happy to, actually speak to you guys in a non-text format and just kind of dip my toes in the community. I'm hoping to do more and more of this kind of stuff and just get my name out there and listen to people as well too is something that I'm looking to do a lot of as well. But yeah, I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I know, boss, I wanted to bring him in here because I don't think you guys have had a chance to talk, so I wanted to bring him in here and let him say hi. What's up?
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to say hello and same thing. Welcome to the community and on behalf of AKA and what we do here and thank you very much for showing up and showing an interest. And,
Oh, my pleasure.
Yep, and we're proud of our little program here. We've been doing it for quite a while, and we hope to put on quite a show for you.
I'm looking forward to it. I really do appreciate that. I mean, it's been a fantastic welcome that I've had, I have to say. It's been a very warm welcome. And yeah, I've just been very appreciative of everybody. It's been fantastic.
Good
That's
to hear.
awesome. I am going to go and get the guys ready, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks again for
Sounds
appreciate
good.
you for showing up. Yep.
Thank you. Good luck with the racing.
Good luck, boss.
Appreciate
Take it
it.
easy.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, Justin, we're going to go ahead and get started on your interview. I promise it won't be too scary. Honestly, we just want to know, can you tell us a little about yourself? You're new here, so just give us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to be sort of like as open with everything as I possibly can, especially when it comes to myself. That kind of stuff. I'm not under contract or anything. I could be as open with my own details as possible. So
Right.
Essentially, I was born and raised in Houston. I moved
Another
to Connecticut
Texan.
for a while. Yep, yet another Texan. I did move to Connecticut for a while, though. I lived there for about 10 years, then came back to Houston. But I am going to be moving to Miami for the job, obviously, pretty soon.
Okay.
So I'll be working on site and everything like that. So at the moment, I am remote. I'm working from home and everything like that. But
Nice.
going to be getting out to Miami within the next few months or so and getting in the office. As I mentioned, I'm on my sort of like announcement posts. I am a gamer. That's probably first and foremost, if I'm honest. I've been gaming since the late 80s. I'm sort of like a computer nerd as well too, because when I started gaming, it was on a computer in the 80s. There was really only one console that was a Nintendo, and I didn't get that till 1991. So, which I remember very well. I still remember that day very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a sim racing commentator as well too. That's what a lot of people on the internet know me from. Is I've been doing sim racing commentary since 2014. I started up a YouTube channel. Started joining different leagues and stuff like that, and just kind of really getting involved in sim racing as a whole, not with any one specific title really, just I just love the idea of people racing on the internet.
Right.
I've been ever since Gran Turismo 1 and the original kind of Need for Speed back in the day. I've been I see Actual Vision in the chat.
Yeah. I was just about to bring that up.
I know him. But yeah, I've played a lot of racing games in my time. I'm a big car fan as well too. Even before I got into like racing and stuff like that, I just really was into cars, and that came about kind of from a love of airplanes. When I was really young, yeah, I was just super into airplanes. Like I loved like F-14s were my favorite, the ones on the Navy boats and stuff like that. I was a big fan of World War II planes too, like P-45 Mustangs, Corsairs, that sort of stuff. But so I want to say around about 8 years old, I realized I'm never gonna have an F-14, but I could have a nice car someday. And then I started to switch over from airplanes to cars.
Yeah. Oh, if you could have any car, what car would it be?
So I assume a lot of car fans are like this, but I kind of have a list. I have a top 3. The top 5 kind of changes from year to year but my top 3 will always be the same. My favorite car of all time is the McLaren F1.
Nice.
I was like 10 years old when that car was, breaking land speed records and all of that kind of stuff. So, I had a poster of it up in my bedroom, and it was just such a different car from anything else that had come around.
Yeah.
But after the McLaren F1, my number 2 and number 3 are Shelby Cobra and Dodge Viper. And I think part of that is because of my love of Cheryl Kelby. Carroll Shelby. I'm a big fan of Carroll Shelby and his work and stuff like that. So the Cobra and the Viper are probably my 2 and 3 as far as top cars.
I've always loved both of those, honestly. So I'm right there with you. I'm with you. All right. So I got to ask you, though, on social media, you introduced yourself as a race fan. We talked about it just now. If we ran into you online, what game would we run into you with? And what do you follow mostly as a race fan?
So for games, honestly, I play a lot of like non-racing games these days. My racing wheel does not get as much use as it should. I have a Thrustmaster T300, and it honestly, I don't use it nearly as much as I would like to. I just don't have the free time as much these days. So honestly, I play a lot of like Diablo 3. I don't know how many people out here watching are fans of Diablo, but I'm a big Diablo fan. I play a little bit of Heroes of the Storm as well too from time to time. I'm a big fan of the Forza Horizon games as well,
Nice.
I have to admit, because
Yeah.
I just love the open world nature of it, the exploration, that sort of side of things. What else do I play these days? I'm really excited about some games too. Like, I'm really excited about Cyberpunk 2077, that new Doom game with the trailer that just came out. I'm really excited about that as well too. But yeah, if you were gonna run into me in something, it would probably be in like Diablo 3 or Heroes of the Storm, something really stupid like that.
I know a
really
lot of guys
obscure
that
and
play that,
old.
though. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. That makes me
Absolutely.
feel better at least.
We need
And
to
then
get you on NASCAR, though, eventually.
So I did get a code for NASCAR this week. I
Sweet.
haven't gotten a chance to playing it yet, but I am planning on putting some serious hours into it. But as far as the racing series that I follow, it's mainly Formula One. I sort of fell in love with Formula One in 2000, the year 2000, when Mika Hakkinen was doing his thing for McLaren. I was still a NASCAR fan at the time. Well, I wouldn't say I was more of a Dale Earnhardt fan, if I'm honest, because I was really young back then, you know.
Right.
I'm talking like early teen day, you know, I was like 11, 12, 13, 14, like that sort of time. I was just mainly a fan of Dale Earnhardt, to be honest. And then I became a fan of Mika Hakkinen in F1. And so I've mostly been following Formula One with a little bit of Formula 2,
Nice.
World Endurance Championship as well, too, Le Mans, like that sort of stuff.
Right.
24 Hours of Nordschleife. I always try to watch that
Oh my
every
gosh,
year
yeah,
because
crazy.
I love that, sir. I love the Nordschleife. That is like my favorite circuit in the world. I could drive Nordschleife all day. But
You're
yeah,
crazy.
I've always been more of a road course fan, to be honest, than an oval fan. But
Okay.
you know, I'm a fan of anything with four wheels.
Right.
Not so much bikes. I respect the hell out of, you know, the MotoGP guys and that kind of stuff, but that's not for me. Again, I'm just a car fan.
I hear you. Actrovision says triple threat. All right. Well, being the community manager, what are your plans going forward to keep the community active?
Well, one of the first things that I've already been doing that I'm planning to do a lot more of is honestly watching a lot of content,
Right.
NASCAR Heat content, live streams, YouTube videos, whatever the case might be. Watching a lot of content, learning what people, you know, not just think of the game, but what they're doing with the game.
Mhm.
And you know, it's been a number of months since the game came out, so I'm curious what people are up to with it these days and that sort of stuff. But as far as my actual, you know, sort of plans for the community, you probably already see some of this stuff already. I'm trying to promote leagues a lot. I've heard a lot of complaints about you know, dirty driving online, or just people that aren't that good at driving online. So right out of the gate, my first thought was join a league. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have to be that way. I completely agree. You know, there should be a way of policing dirty drivers and that kind of stuff. I totally agree with that. But you know, I'm thinking short-term solutions, and I think leagues like yours are a fantastic resource for meeting people who are looking to have clean racing and who aren't just going
Absolutely.
to crash you out and that sort of thing. So promoting leagues is top of my list as far as things I want to do. Promoting content creators as well, streamers, YouTubers, that sort of stuff. The esports drivers as well. Really want to get them out there, get their names out there, because I know a lot of them are content creators as well, and you know, they're kind of like the heroes of the community. So promoting the esports drivers as well too. Another one of my plans that some people will know about, I've kind of mentioned it on Twitter, but not very publicly, is I want to get another Discord server going. I know that there's already kind of a Discord server right now, but
Right.
I'm looking to do something a little different, start from scratch and get a ton of people onto it as much as possible. Make it a place where you can find a league, where you can create a league, where you can, you know, find other people to just have a fun race with, that kind of stuff. So Discord's pretty high up on my list as well too. Growing the community through social media, I really want to try and do that as well too. I want to try and attract NASCAR fans to NASCAR Heat, and you know, get more people playing the game, which is more people that can join leagues and more people that you can have fun with racing against. You know, that sort of stuff as well too is kind of has like a trickle down effect, I guess you could say. But also, I'm planning on helping with the esports as well, the esports side as well. I've been involved in the Formula One esports since the very first season in 2017. So I was part of the 2017 season, 2018, 2019, and 2020, which the 2020 season ran in 2019, which is where it gets kind of confusing. But all 4 seasons of that. So I'm definitely looking to help out with esports related stuff. I want to get more active on Reddit as well too. I saw that
Nice.
people were talking about my announcement on the NASCAR Heat Reddit.
Yeah, they were.
They were saying, you know, boy, I hope he's going to be active in here, and I haven't been, and I understand that they're probably concerned about the fact that I haven't responded yet. But that is something that I'm planning to do. It's just a little bit further down my list. And then just listening to a lot of feedback, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really hoping to just be that middleman between the dev team and the community, and that goes both ways. You know, communicating stuff from them and communicating stuff from you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, you just started, and already we've seen a lot come together on Twitter and throughout the community with, as you said, sharing posts and everything. So it's really cool to see the support that we did not get a lot of for leagues and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see that happening and so quickly. So it'll be cool to get that going in Discord, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the future. Which,
Same.
Justin, it also brings me, you talked about a little bit, you have experience for F1 as a commentator. Are you hoping to do that in the eNASCAR Heat Pro League eventually?
It's certainly something I could see myself doing. I would certainly be better suited to the Rovals, if I'm honest, just again because of my road course history and whatnot. But I am very much interested in learning about ovals and stuff. And I have actually, I have done some oval racing in my time. I wasn't very good at it.
Really?
If I'm totally honest. Yeah, because it almost feels like there's more physics going on. It's just constant physics in oval racing because of the draft and the load on the tires and the banking and all that kind of stuff. It's very
It's totally different. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I do not fully understand all that stuff yet, so it's going to take me a little bit of time.
You'll get there.
But I'm definitely interested, though. Yeah. I mean, you may hear my voice in one capacity or another in the future, and it may be a slow process of working towards that. But it's certainly something that I'm very interested in, and 704 Games knows that. I have that background and stuff like that, so I wouldn't rule it out, certainly. And again, it's definitely something that I would really enjoy being part of.
I can't wait to see it happen. If it does, I think I've never gotten to see one of your F1 races that you've commentated, so I need to go back and see what it's all about, and I hope to see you out there soon, honestly. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I agree. I really would like to give it a shot. So, well, hopefully we'll see that sooner rather than later. And I'll see if I can find like a particularly entertaining race that I can send you to watch or something like that.
Absolutely. I'd love to see it. Definitely. All right. I only have one more question for you. Is the one question that the NASCAR community must have answered. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
How long have you been growing that glorious beard of yours?
Ooh, to be honest, it's been since about 2014, I want to say, something like that. 2014, I think was around the time, maybe 2013. But I've been working from home for so many years. It just kind of happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily a goal. I just woke up one morning and looked in the mirror. I was like, oh, I got a beard going here. And then I kind of became known for it as well, too. People talk about my beard on social media and stuff like that. I was like, well, now I feel obligated to keep it. So it's been trimmed every now and again. But for the most part, it's been with me for, I want to say, 7 years now, 6-7 years, something like that.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming into the booth. It was a ton of fun getting to talk to you. If you guys have a quick question, we are getting ready to go to race, but if you have a quick question right now, so far everyone seems to love what you had to say for the community. I appreciate you being here so much. It was cool to get to talk to you, and hopefully we get to talk a lot throughout these next months and throughout these games and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Again, this is something that I really would like to continue doing, is to be vocal and present within the community. Not just somebody that you type a complaint to on Twitter or something. I want to be proactive. I want to be out there and talking to people, listening to feedback. I've got some other things that you guys may see or hear me on as well in the future. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to just ingraining myself as much into the community as possible, learning as much as I can, and getting to know all of this lovely community.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's been great getting to talk to you, and hopefully we'll be talking soon, Justin.
Oh, it was my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on, and best of luck to everybody racing tonight at Michigan.
Anytime. Thank you. J-Mac,
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I haven't even really said a word to you tonight. It's been so crazy out there. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing lovely, just waiting for my cue.
And there it is. And I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy, but so much fun. Justin, he's a really cool guy. I'm excited to have everyone get to know him and see what it's all about with this new community. manager and what he can do for us. So it's going to be super cool to see. But J-Mac, we have a Michigan race tonight, and it's for the playoffs. 9 people are going for pretty much the championship now. So we got to bring out what's going on here for the chase grid. It's going to be absolutely crazy. The round 1 of the playoffs have concluded, and the top 9 have moved on to battle it out in round 2. Now, these 9 drivers will race at Michigan and Homestead in hopes to secure a spot in the final 5. Those 5 will be racing for the championship at Daytona, where the championship winner will come home with a handsome trophy made by Ramsit. And as if that wasn't enough, Rock NASCAR, the one and only Rock NASCAR, will be giving the championship winner a card for a year's subscription to Xbox Live. So absolutely incredible. The winner is really going home as a winner, not only as a championship winner, but also the trophy and the gift card. It's going to be super cool. But J-Mac, I got to ask, what can we expect tonight, do you think?
Well, I was recently part of a race at Michigan, so I at least have a little more information than normally whenever we come to an oval track. But we can expect a lot of drafting, a lot of close racing, some 3 wide. It's going to be a fight to stay in that lead group all race long, because that's your only chance if you fall out. It's really tough to run a group of leaders down, especially if you fall out by yourself. And that's what we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching some. You're either going to have a large group of people working together to just ride and take it easy, or else it's going to be pretty cutthroat out there to try to stay with that front pack to try to keep track position, because it's as on top of each other as you are, it can honestly be pretty tough to work your way through the field here. And like I said, it's once you lose that front group, it's over. So just it's gonna be people trying to tread water and stay with that front pack.
It's so true. And the lap time that these guys are running, it doesn't really matter that much tonight because it is such a huge draft track. But they are running anywhere from a 38.1 to a 38.4. They can last anywhere from 14 to 16 laps on a fuel run. Now, tonight's race, it is 100 laps, so stage 1 is going to be 29, stage 2 is 27, and the final part of the race is going to be 44. So you're going to see at least 1 pit stop in each stage. I think we're going to see a few cautions tonight, guys. I've raced with these guys, and it's so close and such tight racing that we're going to see a few cautions simply because it is such tight quarters. These guys, you're going to be able to cover them with a blanket. You're going to hear me say it a lot tonight, but it's so true. It's a lot of fun, and as a driver, it can get so intense. We're going to find out what these guys do tonight, but I am super excited. 9 drivers, though. You guys saw the points up there. Let me see if I can bring it up again. We have, let's see, we have Element out there. He is first in points with 815. Big John is in second with 810. We have Ramsit, Tack, Pro Boss, Doc 88, Garbage, MDL, who we had in the booth earlier. He's just hanging in there in 8th. And then we have also Blame Freddy. Those are the 9 that are going for the championship. I'm hearing that we do have a Garbage on the pole. And I'll tell you what, I raced with him so much over the weekend practicing with these guys. I'm not surprised. The guy was super fast, and we were side by side for a ton of this race. So I'm excited what we're going to see tonight, J-Mac.
I am as well. This is one of those places where no matter how fast your car is, the draft is a great equalizer. As long as you have a comfortable car, you can make it work and battle for that win.
Absolutely. We have a lot of guys out here in chat. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the follows. I have not been able to get to all of them, but I see you out there, and thank you so much for that. These guys have a lot of fans out here. We got people cheering on Element, TomTom, MDL. A lot of these guys have fans, and it's really cool to see. So if you have someone you are cheering for, let me know in chat. We'll give them a shout out and try to follow them as best as we can. A lot of cars out here tonight, as usual, but a couple of new faces that you will see. But it's going to be super cool to see all these guys out here. They are done with qualifying. Wow, That's Garbage is on pole, so we will be getting an invite soon. And we'll be getting to go to Michigan International Speedway. Here are the invites right here. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go racing pretty shortly here. J-Mac, do you need an invite?
I do not have one.
All right, let me send you one. I just got mine. Activision says garbage for me, and I'll tell you what, that guy is fast on whatever game he's on. It's insane. The guy is on the leaderboards for Forza, for the dirt game, for NASCAR Heat. This guy is fast anywhere you put him. TomTom is another guy you need to watch out for. He is no longer in the playoffs, and I'll tell you what, I'm a little heartbroken over it because I think he had a really good shot at a championship, but he lagged out, and I feel for the guy. I really, really do. But here we are at Michigan International Speedway. We're getting ready to go green. They are off, and we have Garbage in the lead right here. You see it. We have Expert Toaster on the outside. These guys are off to a good start. 2 wide all the way back. A little bit of contact there. What was that? Getting a little crazy, but that 6 car is on the move, and that is Wow, That's Garbage. Expert Toaster behind him. We have the 42 of MDL, who was in the booth earlier. Hopefully that brings him a little luck here tonight, J-Mac.
Hope so too, but the game has spit me out again once I tried to get into the lobby, which is weird because I was spectating some other races earlier and it was working just fine, but the thing has spit me out.
That's not nice. I'll get you back in there. I have you an invite, so we'll get moving on here. But let's take a look at Expert Toaster on that high side. These guys starting to form a single file line, trying to get that draft, trying to get control of the car and figure out where they can run well. You can practice all you want, but I'm telling you what, if you're not out here practicing with this many cars, you really can't tell how the draft will affect your tire wear, how it will affect how loose or tight your car is. So right now, these guys are just trying to get a feel of the track and a feel of what their car can handle.
Exactly, Frozen. That's something that you just don't get a feel for running by yourself is and especially in a place like this when you're stuck 2x2, 2x3, by 3x2, whatever in a big pack. You kind of have to learn how to work around other people, and this is a place where you do have to let off a little bit whenever you're especially when you're in the draft, especially once the tires start to wear, and you got to learn how to anticipate if drivers are letting off before or later than you. So it's just something you gotta work on, and you have to have that knowledge around other cars.
Absolutely. There's a lot of give and take, and right now we're going to see, hopefully, more giving than they are taking. As J-Mac says, you have to let off in the corners. There's so much draft going on right now that you are just getting sucked up to these cars. Speaking of that, look at that 43 car. That is Skiboski. He had such a huge run that put him right side by side for second place. Absolutely incredible run on his part. He pulls back and goes into third, but look at Garbage and the run that he's getting. These guys really need to get back together and catch up to the first place because he will get away if they let him. If you are fighting 2 and 3 wide behind, it's really hard to catch up to him. We're on board with Jose 720, and he is sort of taking it easy right now, and I can't say I blame him. Let the guys figure it out ahead of you, give them some space, and hopefully you can make a move when you need to. But right now, it is not a time to get super aggressive. You just want to kind of see what's going on with everyone around him, how they are driving. Are they aggressive? Are they loose? Are they tight? And kind of go from there. J-Mac, do we have you in here yet?
I'm in the loading screen at this exact moment. So
Yay.
Flip a coin and we'll find out. Hopefully it turns up the right way.
Ramsett making his way up to the front in that 2 car. This is another guy, super fast, and this is also the guy that made the trophy, handmade trophy by Ramsett. He did an amazing job. You guys saw it earlier. But so far he is out here in 4th place. 3rd place is Skiboski. 2nd is Expert Toaster. And Garbage is still leading out there. Want to try to find a couple of these new guys. We have Sean for Life. He is in that 12 car. A newer face out here along with Jacob NASCAR. We're going to take a look at him momentarily. But Sean for Life already making his way to the front. A little bit of contact there. We send Skibowski up to the top there, but 12 taking over third.
Taking over third with a very aggressive move. They were all in a single file line, and then they ended up spreading out to 3 wide, and he's already throwing a little bit of a block on that 2 car going into turn 3, and there is a wreck in the back.
There is a
double
caution.
zero looks like he was involved. 19 has a lot of damage on him. Several drivers involved in that one, it looks like.
We have a person in chat saying the number 6 racer has a good chance of winning. You don't have to tell me twice. He is amazing driver. There's a lot of guys that have a really great chance of winning tonight. It is really anyone's race. It's just how you go about it. What kind of strategy do you have? Can you beat him on fuel? It just, so many factors go into this, but you really have to strategize the final parts of the race. If you're out front, how are you going to defend your spot? How are you going to maneuver around him if you're not out front? So much details go into it. It's pretty incredible.
And this is a place where if you can go a little longer, that extra couple laps of tires could be really beneficial. It gets to the point where you can actually run down a group of cars drafting with each other by yourself. So that's a part of the strategy. If you can go a little extra time on fuel, then that can really benefit you later on down the run. But we are already 3 wide for second place going into turn 1, Frozen.
3 wide for second place, and Garbage is thinking to himself, yes, please continue to do it. They don't, though. They get in a single file line, which is what they need to do. We have some guys rooting on some drivers out here. We have Teddy Prawn and number 37.
Hey, we got a battle for the lead.
We do have a battle for the lead, and rams it. He sneaks on by along with Sean for Life. Sean is going to be your new leader. He gets down really low. That was a little scary there. But 2 wide with Toaster and that 47 up there. These guys are almost 2-3 wide, and they're getting pretty crazy. Kind of aggressive already, J-Mac.
Really aggressive. I think Sean was throwing a block on the 2, but the 2, he was kind of hung on the 10 of Expert Toaster and was hooked down there. Really nice job of staying out of the grass. Now that 2 of Ramson, he's taking his way to the lead.
Here they are. We have the 8 of Tom Tom making his way up to the front. On the high side, we have Expert Toaster and that number 10. Sean for Life looks like he is still holding on to that lead there. Let me see if I can bring my way back up to him. He's a big mover so far. Looks like Ramsden is in that. He's actually in the lead right there. So, man, look how far Garbage has fallen, guys. You don't even see the 6 car. Let's see if we can find him out on track. Absolutely incredible there.
Oh, we have a battle for the lead, Frozen, side by side. Tom Flitty looking underneath the 2 of Ramson. They are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back to Jose in 10th place.
Let's take a look at this. Absolutely amazing racing for these guys. They really have that high side going, and it shows just how organized they are and how patient they are. They're leaving just enough space to do something, but that 10 car has a little bit of contact with the guy underneath him in that 20. A little close there, but these guys are really holding it. The racing here is excellent so far.
Oh, big call out to that 3, that AAA Chevy. Nice seeing him up at the front of Blue Baca, but he got down on the apron and almost checked up the entire field there. Everyone saved it and got away with it.
Place. Absolutely crazy. The 20, we have Skibowski, we have Expert Toaster all going in for 3rd place. They're still 2 wide for 3rd place. Absolutely incredible. I don't know what happened to WoW, but he has fallen back so far. He'll make his way back up there, but look who we have up here. I see that 38 car. He is on that high side, making his way to the front, doing a great job moving through traffic. But guys, this is seriously what we're going to see a lot tonight as we are 15 to go. Such tight compact racing, and that high side is the strong one right there. We're 14 to go now as these guys are really trying to find a way around the track, but doing a great job. Take a look at our new leader out here. That is Tom Tom in that 8 car. And guys, my heart breaks for him. I mean, this guy should be in the playoffs, but he had a disconnect. And last week, he fought so hard to get that win. But Tack ended up taking home his 2nd win of the season at Mid-Ohio. Tom Tom finished 2nd, but I'll tell you what, it was not enough. So that took him out of the championship contender here. So we will not see him compete for a championship, but he is going to try to get that win no matter what. Let's take a look at Big John in that 47 car. Doing a great job. You see that second pack, he is leading. The front pack has about 6-7 cars, so they're trying to do a breakaway here, but that second pack is not letting them. We have Big John in the 47. We have Jose directly behind him. These guys are quickly approaching that front pack, and I'll tell you what, they're really going to shake things up when they do. Let's take a look at that 37 Taddier Prawn. We had a couple of guys rooting for him out here, and he is doing a great job. We don't see a lot of him out here in the AKA Cup Series, so it's really great to see a couple of new faces. He hits the apron, moves up just a little bit. He's going to lose several positions just on that. I mean, it just shows you have to stay on your game right there. Just a little tiny slip up, you're going to lose a couple of positions. J-Mac, I don't hear you. I don't know if you're lost somewhere, but I don't have a copy on you.
I'm here. I'm just watching.
All right. Just want to make sure. Bar, I hear you out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're out here. I don't know who you're watching, J-Mac, but I'm on Element, and this guy is another fast one out here. He's had so many great races and competing for wins. I expect that we're going to see him up here very, very soon. We are going to have pit cycles coming up, guys. They go anywhere from 14 to 16 laps. So I'm expecting these guys to come up pretty soon.
Everything's really eased up. They were racing really hard there at the restart, but now they've gotten single file, just kind of riding in line. Have to wonder if some of these guys might start to get a little bit of aggressive. They're 20 kind of slides up, 38 looking underneath them. Everyone's kind of going high, giving the 20 draft. I don't know. I'm still trying to get a feel for this. And they're alternating between racing hard and sort of taking it easy and running in a line, but now they're back 3 wide for second here. Or for the lead, I guess. Oh, they're 4.
I'm trying to get up there. Let's see if we can get up there. We have Expert Toaster up there. Who else do we have? Rocky Top. We saw him on board earlier. We have Tom Tom Flitty out there in second. Ski taking over the lead, and they are coming up on lap cars, J-Mac. 3 cars that are a little bit slower up there. We're going to see how that affects these leaders and what they're going to do. They're kind of spread out, so hopefully they'll make their way around just fine. But man, oh man, when you have a pack like this trying to make their way through lap cars, it can become very interesting very quickly.
It really can, and I'm trying to figure out what's happened to these guys. It sounds like they're running really slow, like maybe they're trying to make it the whole stage without having to pit, but the one car of Turner is running really slow. That's not going to work out, but I don't know, maybe he has too much tape on it, maybe got some damage, and now he's having to run really slow to keep the temp down, or maybe he's trying to save and take a pit stop away, but he's going so slow that I don't think that's going to work out for him.
This action for these leaders, I'll tell you what, J-Mac, going side by side, lap after lap after lap, man, it's just absolutely incredible. These guys are just looking really great out there. TomTom has a little bit of a nose ahead, but they're really incredible racing for the top guys here. Pit stops are here. We do have a couple of takers as we have 6 to go. That's going to change things up just a little bit. I'm wondering if some of these guys are trying to save, but as you said, J-Mac, that is a little slow to be trying to save at this point in the game. If you're wanting to save, trying to go the whole way, you had to start that on lap 1.
Unless maybe they have to make 2 stops from here to the end of the stage. I don't see how that would be the case. So I don't have an idea why they would be running with such a low pace. But right now it looks like TomTom is going to lead that group that he had come in with off of pit road, and might have taken 2 tires there, judging by how far ahead he is.
5 to go, and we have a ton of takers on pit road. We have Expert Toaster, we have Ski In, we have several drivers, as you see right there. I believe I saw the 19 as a taker for pit road. Jose stays out, a lot of drivers stay out, including, wow, that's Garbage. The 47 has stayed out, so he is going to be your leader at the moment. We're going to see if he goes in this time around. I would imagine he would not be able to stay out too many more laps, and you see him here, he is going in, so we're gonna have a new leader once he goes in, and we'll get these guys across the line here. But man, this is gonna be very close. We see Garbage out there racing side by side with Jose. We've got Pro Boss in that group there. Tight racing.
It's tight racing, and I don't believe the 20 or the 38 have come to pit yet, so I believe they are currently your leaders, but still trying to run down. I think the 8 is the furthest up of the cars that have pitted. I think he just took 2 tires to get to the end of the stage. Haven't seen the 20 come to pit road yet. 38 still staying out there. Maybe they've already pit. Maybe they were early to pit road. I'm not sure, because they're running really good pace right now. Really hard to tell with what we have at our disposal.
We're gonna count on who is leading at the moment. But man, oh man, this is crazy. Let me try to find these guys out here. We have TomTom Flitty on board, the number 8. We're gonna ride with him for a moment. He is crossing by the 71, and that is Blame Freddy out there. The 6 of Garbage, he has not pitted, so he is gonna be your leader at the moment. So let's go back and take a look at him. We'll see where he is driving at the moment.
Well, that might explain why he dropped so far off. He must have started saving right there at the start. That the 00 and the 31 have been with him the whole way. That's Pro Boss, and then our rookie driver in his first AKA start. Coming from our neck of the woods, he's coming to pit road right now, and he is hauling it in there. So that's got to be a penalty. But that 31 of Jacob NASCAR comes from the Shake and Bake area, and here he is making his AKA debut, and he's probably going to be a lap down to end the first stage.
You know what? He sped so fast into pit road when I saw him, but somehow managed to be under the speed limit, so did not get a speeding penalty. We'll see what happens here, because from what you're saying, I did not get to see it, but I was very shocked when I saw him go that quickly onto pit road and did not get a penalty. It was pretty crazy. So either he has nailed that to a T, or I'm not sure what. Garbage is still out. He has not pitted. Absolutely crazy. So we're gonna see. This might be the last lap, guys, for stage 1. We're trying to get a take on that and see if that is correct or not. But if it is, he will win stage 1. You guys saw him back it up.
Yeah, the AI has not taken control of him yet. So
no.
He's still putting along.
We're going to find out if this crosses his line. This is going to be it. He is going to win stage 1. That is going to put everyone a lap down as we move on to stage 2. So just when you think Garbage is down and out from falling back there, tricks on us. This guy was saving and was able to make it all the way through stage 1.
He was, and I'm wondering if that one car was able to stay on the lead lap. As slow as that pace he was going, I'm not sure if the 6 ever passed him back up, so maybe he got lucky and is one of the few cars that is not a lap down here, but really aggressive with the strategy there from that 6 car, and that's an area where he has really changed, really grown a lot. Usually he was a full throttle, every lap, all laps, all day, every day kind of guy, and this one read the situation, adapted, and did a nice job of making it to the end.
Tom did finish second in the stage, and he is 1 to pit. So that pretty much puts everyone a lap down. They're going to have to try to get that back. WoW just put everyone in a very crazy situation here. He was the one to be able to save it. We have Garbage on the outside. We have Tom who's going to lead us off for stage 2. So we're going to take it off here for stage 2. It's going to get pretty crazy, guys. This is where we're going to see some aggressive moves out here as we start stage 2. I am getting confirmation over the radio that at least the top 15 are on the lead lap. So that changes a few things here. We have Tom, who is your leader, Garbage in second. We have Rocky Top in third. And these guys are already getting crazy. We're seeing 2 and 3 wide all the way back through the field, J-Mac.
Absolutely, one thing to watch out for is there is a tendency every time we've seen like the field get so jumbled up on a pit cycle like as they have, where so many are a lap down or more, there's usually a really quick caution. So maybe these drivers gonna take it easy here. Some of those guys in the back with a little less to lose, maybe be a little bit aggressive and try to get that lap back on their own. But right now, everyone's playing nice, keeping their elbows in, and right now the top 5 or 6 are getting single file and starting to pull away.
They're trying to pull away. That's exactly what these guys want to do. I mean, the pit strategy here, you have to separate yourself. It's just going to give you the momentum for a pit road, and coming off, you're going to have that lead that you need to separate yourselves from the guys behind you. You want to see the guys behind you fight for their position. Go 2 and 3 wide. That's just going to help you out in the long run. If they get together, you're never getting away.
That 8 of Tom, he's an aggressive guy. He ran a Truck Series race here earlier in the week, and he was one driver who was not content to stay where he was, making 3 wide moves really early, hanging that car out, and right there in the front straight, he made a move to try to get around Garbage. Rocky Top and the rest of that front group were not interested in it, and hung him out to dry. But expect Tom to not be content with just riding and to try to lead some laps out here.
Absolutely. He is, like you said, he is one that is not going to stay where he is. If he can get a better position, you better bet that he is going to try. We're currently on board with Jose 720, and you can just see he is holding back a little bit. He is not one to make aggressive moves early on. He is going to let these guys do what they need to do, and possibly he's probably saving a little bit, trying to save what he can. To make it as long as he can. You saw the saving going on in the last stage. Garbage was the one to be able to do it. Very impressive run on his end, considering that these guys can only go 14 to 16 laps. So I'll tell you what, a little secret. I don't know if he's going to kill me for this one, but he's got his shifter, and he tells me, you got to get one. I mean, it is amazing to be able to save. It really helps you out, and when you can do that, it's going to help you out in the long run.
But now he's not really in a good position to save any fuel at the lead of this major, at this big pack. They're all in a straight single file line. Here comes Tom. He's the one to pop out. Again, that 8 car. He's going to be your aggressor all night long. He's going to be the driver to watch, somebody that's trying to make it up. And we've seen that 12 car, that 12 of Sean. He is another driver who's been aggressive and tried to make some moves. So those are the drivers that we're going to be watching tonight to make some to have a little fun and make some moves and to provide some racing. But here's that 43 of Skaboski. He's going to the inside of Garbage, and they're making a little bit of contact.
Here they go. Ski going for the lead once again. He's got some help by Ramsett, who's directly behind him. You guys see it right here. He is your new leader for the moment. We'll see if he can hold these guys off, but I'll tell you what, as this race goes on, these guys are going to get more and more aggressive. He has a nice run going into that turn, brings it up high, and that is going to allow Ramsett to catch up side by side with him, and you see it right here. This is going to depend on who's got the draft going in. That lone line is moving, but I'll tell you what, that high side is starting to try to form. Man, look at this side by side all the way back. We have a battle too wide for the lead all the way through, and these guys are doing a great job. Ramsett's got a little bit of a nose out, and he's got the help on the inside. The high side, they get a nice momentum coming off that turn, so we're going to see if they can use it.
Yeah, this is a place where with the cup cars especially and on setups, you can bury it on the outside into a corner. You can bury it into 1, you can bury it into 3. And if you can get back on the throttle, you can hold off those cars on the inside and get a great run. This is a really, really racy track in this game. It's a fun place to race. It's a multi-groove place to race. You're at a bit of a disadvantage on that outside line, but if you can make it work, then it works really well, and it's a lot of fun to try, and it makes you feel really good whenever you hold somebody off or cleanly make a pass around that outside line.
I'll tell you what, when I was racing side by side with Garbage, we were side by side the entire race, and here comes Garbage on the outside, and him and I was on the low side, he was on the high side. We were side by side the entire time until the final lap, where he absolutely won the race by just a tiny bit of a nose on the outside, and already he is making the pass for the lead. We have 3 wide in second place. These guys are getting crazy. We have Ramsett involved, we have Big John, and we have Tom Tom on the low side. Absolutely incredible racing. 3 wide, a couple of lanes back, and Garbage is just thinking, you guys keep going after it and I'm gonna try to get away, but it is not working just yet.
One of the sketchiest places on the track is down that front straight. It's not straight, it's curved a little bit, and everyone gets such a run. They drive up on top of each other. You have people going down on that apron and running up against the wall. There's multiple grooves that aren't really well defined at a lot of the times, and it's really easy to put yourself in a bad position or get put in a bad position. So that was a wad of cars, and we have a yellow flag in the back.
A yellow flag, that is a second for the night, and I'll tell you what, not too bad considering we're on stage 2.
So not sure if he was one of the cars involved, but that 24 car is well back. The 21 of Little Wing, several drivers appear to have gotten damage, and whatever happened to cause us a wreck. The 41 of AKA Doc, he has a lot of damage. Obviously have no clue what happened. That happened well behind this lead that we were fixated on, but it brought out a yellow, and that changed everything, as we often say.
That does change everything. A lot of these guys are going to go into pit. That does change a lot on how these guys are going to run for stage 2. It's going to bring these guys back together. And we do have a Garbage back out in the lead. On the side of him, we have Tom Tom Flitty in that number 8 car. We're getting ready to go green once again. Here we go. Garbage out, just a little bit of a lead. He's got Ramsett directly behind him. We have Skiboski. He is directly on top. These guys are already off to a start. A lot of these guys on that high side trying to bring it to the low side. It's going to get pretty crazy trying to get down there. Ski is being left out, trying to find his way down there, but he has yet to. JMac 14 to go as these guys are single file line at the moment. It's gonna start to get crazy though.
Yeah, a little bit of action there from about 5th on back, that battle for 5th. Everyone kind of got into each other, a little bit of contact, and this is right on the edge of that window. Everyone should be able to make it. Hopefully everyone's paying attention. There's the 3 car in the grass.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate to see for Blue Baca, and another car out there in the back. Can't tell from where I am right now, but this is a place where some of these drivers going to have to let off a little bit, maybe save some if they have a little bit of aggressive gearing where they don't have that 4th gear to fuel save with. And right now these front 4 are checking out on the rest of the field. They're 2x2 racing really hard back there. Big John and Sean that's a nice little rhyming pair, and and they're side by side and really even at the line.
We're back on board with Ramsey, who's currently sitting in third. He's directly behind TomTom in that 8. We're seeing a lot of familiar faces. These guys are consistently staying out front here, and they have broken away from the guys behind them. You see the entire pack behind them, and boy, oh boy, do they look hungry to get up here, but they are not able to do it yet. They need to form a single file line and start working with each other instead of against each other. They're going for a position right now, but if they want to catch this front pack, they need to get together and work together.
They're really jumbled up in that second pack. They going into turn 1. They're doing everything they can to keep off of each other. They're 3 wide there for a second for about 10th. The 38 of Element able to keep up on the high side and get around and squirt free. And now that it seems there's a little bit of a second pack forming, but wow, this is they're losing a lot of time. They don't have a lot of time to run that group of 4 down, and that group of 4, they have no interest in racing. They're good, and as I say that, as typically, oh, it looked like the 8 was going to look underneath the 6 there for the lead.
We have the 12 car, Sean for Life. He is running the second pack as we have, I do believe, 10 to go. So it's coming down to the wire here. Marines, I want to say this is a live race. We are here live doing everything. These are actual drivers. They are going for the playoffs right now for the championship. We have the top 9 drivers that are trying to go for the championship and win that trophy, along with that year subscription to Xbox. We're going to find out who can do it. Whoever wins tonight is going to punch the ticket, their ticket into the championship race for the final 5 at Daytona, if they are in the top 9. Look at these top 4 guys. A great race for these top 4. They are trying to break away. They definitely have. And these second pack really needs to. We have some takers for pit road I see back there. I'm not sure who went to pit road, but yeah. Couple of takers.
Well, let's see if we can. There's a lot of cars to scroll through here. It doesn't look like there's anyone on pit road. I think maybe they just got loose and got down there because there's no one on pit road. The only car on pit road is the 32 of Cappy Go Fast, and that is a DC or a quit out or the like. That the 32 is out of the race. But other than that, there's nobody on pit road.
We heard from Cappy in chat. He says he's so disappointed. He should be racing right now, but his internet just would not cooperate. You hate to see it. I hate to see anyone out by that. I hope that it gets fixed in the future. I feel like it's a little bit of a possible game thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I feel like lately there's a lot of lag outs. I don't know what it is. But we are on board right now with TAC 2488. This guy has 2 wins this season, the second most wins of any driver. The only guy who has beat him in the amount of wins is Garbage. He's got 3, and he's hoping to make it 4 tonight as we are 6 to go at the line for stage 2. And J-Mac, this race is going by pretty quick tonight.
Going by really fast, and right now that pace up front really heavy, but now we have a battle for second place. Ramsett looking on the inside of that 8 of TomTom Flitty. TomTom looked like maybe slid up just a little bit going into 1. That opened the door, and a little swapping of spots, but no, actually TomTom was able to hold him off. So they got back in line, I guess, and there they are drafting away from this second pack, who have pretty much lost touch. They will need a yellow if any of them want a shot at winning this stage. And they'll need one really quick, because if they get one too late, that'll end the stage automatically. So if they're going to win it, they're going to need somebody to wreck right this second.
And here we go. We have TomTom on the outside trying to make a pass for the win here. for the win for stage 2. He is on the outside completely by himself. He's got a couple of takers going behind him, but they are coming back down just to run their line. TomTom is going to fall back. He's going to have to try to get in line, but as we said earlier, he is not one to sit around. We have 4 to go at the line. He's going to do everything he can. He runs an SMB's league, and this guy puts everything he has into every race. He's a great driver, and I think he's going to finish well here tonight.
Dude, but he's not getting a lot of help. Every time he has popped out, no one has had any interest in going with him. It's been really hard for him to find any friends. Maybe him racing as hard as he has been all race has maybe made some guys want to put him in the back. But I mean, I think that 8 car is really fast, and he's really trying. He puts a little bit of a door to that 2 of Ramsett. He's sent it in there, slid up just a little bit. Ramsett was running him really tight, not a lot of room there for error, and Tom had just a little bit of a slip. That's going to push them both back. But again, if that 8 car makes a move, I feel like I'd want to follow him, because he's right now looking like the only car that can challenge the 6 on just pure speed. And if you can mire that 6 back in traffic, I'd take my chances trying to get after that 8 car.
Absolutely. And you know who we haven't mentioned? Stone Mouse in that 13. I mean, he is that 4th car in here, and he's doing a great job. I mean, he's been able
and the yellow flag.
He's been able to keep up with this. And that was 2 to go as the yellow came out. It's going to mix things up just a little bit. But man, oh man. 3rd caution of the night. And that is actually going to finish the stage. So Garbage actually wins that stage 2 finish. And we have TomTom Flitty in 2nd. We have Ramsett, looks like, in 3rd. And Stone Mouse, he's going to finish that in 4th.
And I believe Sean for Life held on to the lead of that 2nd pack, so that'll round out your top 5 in that 12 car with Big John and Element. Unless they were in different positions where their AI have cycled out. That's looking like that might be your top 7 as we go back green here.
We're getting ready to go
13
back green.
got a great pit stop.
Yeah, he sure did. Stone Mouse moving on up. We have Garbage still leading it out here as we are headed to stage 3, the final stage. This is it, guys. This race has absolutely flown by, but Stone Mouse has a great start, but 0 help behind him. All these guys are getting down to the low side. We have Ramsett down there. He is currently sitting in 2nd as they are making their way by Stone Mouse. We have TomTom Flitty, who is going to pass him and take over 3rd. Stone Mouse is going to have to find his way back down into that low side. Take a look at Expert Toaster. We saw him out front earlier. He's mid-pack right now, and he has a lot of cars to go by, but he's got some momentum on that high side. He is directly behind Sean for Life in that 12, who he's made his name known here tonight, doing a great job. We have the 37 on the low side. Very, very close.
Right.
Go ahead, J-Mac.
Oh, sorry, I was just riding up front. That 8 car has a really good car on the short run. Oh, the 6, he's fallen to the back. I wonder if he's trying some strategy. He either got the apron or he is doing what he did in that first stage, and he is slipping to the back. He's running right up against that wall, making no effort to get in line. I think that 6 car is trying some strategy again. He's trying to snooker the field just a little bit here. And I think the drivers behind him have no interest in letting him fall that far back. I think there's a group of them that are slowing down with him, seeing what he's doing. Meanwhile, we have a battle for the lead.
We have a battle for the lead. An Element rocket ship going up through the track here. He is on the low side with TomTom Flitty on that high side. You know, he's got a really fast setup here. We have Ramsett directly behind him. He is the points leader right now as we have a huge wreck. We have Garbage involved behind. You guys saw a sneak peek of that. That's going to bring out the caution here.
Yeah, the 41, he's been knocked down to pit road, and I wonder if maybe some of these guys might get a little bit lucky here. Some of these drivers that ended up on pit road there for the yellow. The 41 has hit pit road. The 10 and the 6, the 12 are all down there. I wonder if they'll be able to get a stop in. They would have a penalty normally, but I wonder if that's going to end up working out for them in some weird, strange way, even though getting involved in wreck, usually not ideal, but whenever it knocks you onto pit road and then a yellow comes out, they might be able to cycle through to the front here. Because tires are important, and a lot of these drivers are going to pit, or else they're going to be in for a world of hurt.
It's so true. So we're going to find out who makes it out front after this pit stop. Element making his way out to the front. He is the points leader, so he really needs this in order to keep it there. Let's make our way through and find out who is leading out here.
It's the 00.
The 00 Pro Boss playing some pit strategy out there, trying to make his way to the front. We're on board with Ramsit. Let's see here. We have Element directly behind him. I'm trying to find the cameras. That is one thing I wish for this game, is that they get the cameras so we can just pick a driver who we need. All right, we're on board with Pro Boss at the moment. 38 underneath him. 38 is going to be able to get that nose out directly in front of him as Pro Boss is on that outside. He can make it work for him, but he's going to need the help. But Element, he's got too much of a run out there, and he is able to take over the lead with Big John directly behind him. Pro Boss moving down low to take over third.
Aggressive move to get down to that inside line. But the 47, haven't seen him toward the front. The 00 really haven't seen him at the front all race long. A couple of new faces. The 38 really has been mired in the back of the field. So a little bit of a change here of the guard here at the front. But the 8 of TomTom Flitty, he's been the one constant in this race. The 6 has been kind of all over the place, playing strategy, and then he got involved in that wreck. But that 8 car, and right now the 00, he looks like he's struggling just a little bit. That car, okay in the draft, but just not quite good enough by itself, and that is hurting that second pack. They're going to need to get around him if they're going to run that front pack, because they are starting to pull away.
Absolutely. Look at these 3 guys. They are starting to pull away in the second pack. They're going to have to do something if they want to catch back up to these guys. It's going to be super close out here, but man, oh man, I think it's going to get crazy. J-Mac.
37 got shoved down underneath the white line, and then he had to come back up into traffic, and I was really worried for the field there, but they managed to get through there unscathed. And now the 2 of Ramsit, and the 13 of Stonemouse, 2 drivers who have shown to have really strong cars all race long. They have moved to the front of this second pack. They have the 1 of Turner with them in the 43 of Skabowski. So they're going to try to run down that front 3, but that front 3 really, really tough. The 00 tried to fall in line. The 10 of Toaster was not going to have it. He stuck there and held his ground as the 00 kind of turned across his nose there. Going to try to stay underneath him and hold strong. That 10 that 00 just looks really, really tight right now. I think not getting 4 tires there. If he tried a little strategy on that stop, not working out for him. But the 1 car is in the grass. That's not the preferred line. He's running a very interesting line down there in the apron. I think he did a nice job of not coming up in front of the field. That was I think he got kind of sent down there, or maybe hooked it down there, nicked the grass, and did a yeoman's job of not turning it up in front of the field. But there's a great battle for about 4th on back, but after that, it's a cluster.
It is a cluster, and these guys are all over each other. We have another guy going through the grass.
42 in the 31.
2 cars. 42 in the 31. These guys are absolutely crazy. 42 is MDL. We saw him in the booth earlier. He had high hopes for his a great finish tonight. We're going to see if he can make it happen, but man, this second pack is absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what, we have the poll open. Who is the driver of the race? Go ahead and put your vote in. You can use !vote and the driver that you want. The list is right there, so go ahead and get your vote in. Garbage has won the most votes so far. We had Element and Garbage tie 1 week. Let's see what we can do tonight.
And while there's been a change for the lead, the 8 of TomTom, 38 slipped up just a little bit, and the 8 has retaken the lead, and TomTom actually pulled away a little bit from those 2 behind him into turn 1. That 8 car is just hooked up tonight. The 38, the 47, two really good drivers with good cars, but I think the 8 right now is the class of everyone with track position. Of course, that six car might have something to say about who has the best pure speed, but right now the 8 looking really good and loving where he's at.
He is loving where he's at, but I'll tell you what, the guy behind him, he has patience. He knows when to make a move, and he will make it happen. So we're going to see these guys. We see them race together in SMB's league. They're very good competitors, and we have Big John directly behind him. All of these guys so extremely fast and competitive. They're very clean drivers, so I'm excited to see what happens here. But the top 3, they are working so well together. Right now is not the time to fight against each other, and they know this, so they're staying single file at the moment. I don't think it's going to last too terribly long though, but they do have a very hungry crowd directly behind them. This is what they're seeing in the rear view, and it is a large crowd. J-Mac, what is going on? I see grass flying back there.
Lag or something? I was flipping through the field, and suddenly the 37 was just stopped, and the whole field explosion. I don't know what happened, but
caution
something
is
happened
out
with the 37 car and exploded, and lots of cars wrecked.
Caution is out with 26 to go, and that is not what these top 3 guys want to see. They were breaking away. That is ideal for them. Now these guys are going to be brought back together, and they're going to have to start from scratch. They want to break away, so they have their work cut out for them. J-Mac, what would you do right now? What would be your strategy going forward? Yeah, I mean, as far as strategy moving forward, it's just so hard to think.
You want to go as far as you can. I think that's the most beneficial thing here. You want to take tires and fuel, and then you want to try to make it as far as you can. Keep your track position, stay with that front group, fight it out, and then pit as late as you can so that you have the option for 2 tires. And absolutely, you have the option to take less fuel so that you're a little lighter for that run to the end. That's definitely the play here. But you got to hold on to track position more than anything, because getting buried back in the field and losing that front pack is the worst thing that could happen in the sprint to the finish that we have here.
Absolutely. Element is still our leader at the moment. Doing a great job. He's got these guys behind him with 23 to go. So close. Look at these guys. They're getting very antsy, J-Mac. They know they need to make something happen, and they know they need to do it soon. Element, he's gonna have to defend him, and I'll tell you what, he is great at separating himself from the drafters. We have guys going through the grass after some contact. Crazy.
Nice save.
Yeah, absolutely great save.
Skibosky tried to cross over the 20 of Rocky Top, and I don't know if he came up a little bit or maybe got himself a little loose because he pulled it so hard, but the 2 came together, and that sent Skibosky to the grass. What a save by him. The 20 did a nice job of holding on to his, and right now the 8 is trying to make a pass on the 38 of Element, but as usual, the poor 8 car, just no help behind him. Everyone opting to go with that 38 car.
Everyone is going with that 38 car. Can we get any takers to go with that 8 car? It's going to be so close, but that high side is absolutely rolling. We have Expert Toaster up there, Big John. I can't even tell who's behind him. That is the 20 of Rocky Top out there doing great. Ramsey is in the mix there. So close, but these guys, like I said, they have to start from scratch. So in order to get away, they're going to have to really work together, and Expert Toaster looks like he is willing. He wants to get away, and he was all over 38's back bumper to try to get him out.
They're getting pretty single file. It looks like Big John right now, the big loser, as there is a large line of cars. Might be able to settle in about the 9th spot if he's lucky, right in behind Skibosky. But yeah, the 38 is actually able to pull away from the 10. The 10 just a little tight. Oh, a little bit of that got really close. I think the 8 might have came up to try to side draft Toaster. Toaster, they got hooked together, and Toaster put his elbows out. Wasn't gonna let Tom Tom do that to him, and that's really held him out. But that 38 car really strong. the draft is a big equalizer, but it looks like there are a handful of cars that are just able to do more. As the 38 hits the wall, we talk about it almost every week, that entry into turn 1 on a curved straight. You swing out for it and you just kind of misjudge the wall, and that really killed Element's speed. They're going to be 3 wide going into
3 wide
here,
for the lead. This is crazy. Who is going to get that momentum and use it? TomTom has a little bit of a lead out in front of these guys. Element getting stuck on the outside, rams it, makes a fabulous move, takes over second. These guys are absolutely crazy. 3 wide for third place. Crazy. We have Toaster. We had the 13 car underneath. Ski moving underneath Toaster. These guys are getting more and more aggressive as time goes on. I've been really impressed, J-Mac. I don't know about you, but how these guys have handled themselves on track, pretty clean for the most part. They've done an excellent job considering how much of a draft track this is and how tight the racing is. They've really handled themselves very well.
We really have. Most of our wrecks or our events that have caused a yellow have been sort of off camera in the back, like that car going through the grass right now.
Oh, a couple of cars involved.
The 40 is back there. The 37 was involved. Doesn't look like that's brought out a yellow quite yet, but a couple of cars in the back wrecking through the grass. That is the 37 of Taddier Prawn, and the 40 was also taking the scenic route. Looks like the 41 might have been involved in that. The 3 and the 51. A lot of drivers have fallen off the pack, but yeah, I'd like to go back to your point. This has been a very, very solid race at the front of the pack.
Absolutely. And no surprise here, the poll has come in, and Wow That's Garbage was voted driver of the race with 40% of the votes. This guy is on a roll, and we haven't seen him up here just yet so far in the
38
racing
got
for
drop kicked.
Oh geez. It's so hard out here. I mean, if you lose your place as first, it is so easy to drop back quickly if you do not have the help, and that is what we've seen with him and also Garbage.
Side by side for the lead, Stone Mouse, he's opting to go with that 2 of Ramsett again. The poor 8 not getting any draft help. He moves down, gets a little bit of door music to the 2 of Ramsett, but that's not going to help him out, and they're going to send it back in there. The 8's going to try to fall back in line and not lose any more positions.
Ramsett still out there in the lead with Stone's help, as J-Mac says.
Nice save by Stone Mouse. The 13 came down a little bit, he came up, and they came together, and that is so tough. Turn 2 is the slickest part of this racetrack. We both, you know this, I know this, especially when you're up high, but when you're cranked on the inside, it can get away from you, and when you get some contact in that right front, it can really, really hurt things even more. And a great save by Stone Mouse. The 8 car, he's not giving up. The 38, he's made a great comeback from over just 2 laps. That's a tough little duo if they can get together on that outside.
Yeah, it's so true, and they're doing great. And as you said, coming off of turn 2, and we have a car going off the road, makes it back on, but coming off of turn 2, I'll tell you what, you can get super loose. You add tire wear on top of that, and it can be a recipe for disaster when you're going 2 and 3 wide.
And it looks like Stone Mouse, that little bit of contact, that's ticked off his right rear tire. There looks like there's a little bit of lag going on. The 20 and on back lost a lot of ground really quickly. Not sure if it was from the 2 or the 13, but there's a little bit of a mule kick going on.
Yeah, from what I'm understanding, the 13 had a little bit of a lag. That is Stone Mouse out there. That shot him down the field, but everyone is okay so far. But no one has gotten away, J-Mac. Just look how crowded this track is. Even still, you see Jose in the mix here, you see Ski, just so many cars out there. It's just absolutely crazy. We have Toaster just pushing Ramsett at the moment. We have 13 being pushed by the 47 of Big John. It's just crazy out there. The nerves have to be pretty crazy out there. I just keep saying that. It's just, the racing is incredible, and I've been out there with these guys with so many cars on track. It can wear you down mentally because you have to be on point all the time. You got to watch for the guys in front of you, behind you, beside you, And you have to worry about that turn 2 coming off there because you can lose your car. It will definitely turn your car around if you're not careful.
Took him a couple of laps with 38. Has rode the slipstream back to that 8 car's bumper. The 2 car has ridden the 38 slipstream up with him.
They sure have. They have a 3-car breakaway at the moment. TomTom currently leading. We have 38 of Element in second, Ramsit in third. We're going to see if they can get away, but you see the guys back there. They are 2 and 3 wide, and that is only going to help these front guys get away. That's exactly what they want to see. That is what they were working on before that caution came out, so they just need to continue that. We have a lot of guys going on pit road for some fresh tires and fuel. We're going to see how they come out. We're currently on board with the 71 of Freddie. He's directly in front of 19, and that is Tack. He's got the second most wins in the league currently, that Tack 2488.
Oh, we got some drivers about to pit. The 8 and the 2, it looks like, are going to come in. I don't know if the 38 was just following the 8 car to draft with him, or if he's decided to pit 2. We'll see coming out of the corner here. Yep, they're all coming in. All of our leaders.
9 to go, and they are all going into pit. A lot of guys stay out, but the top 3 are pitting along with, look at that crowd behind them, J-Mac. A lot of takers.
A lot of takers. It's so important. This pit stop is. You have to get on there as fast as you can so you don't lose ground, so you can stay with that front pack, so you can stay in touch with the leaders. But if you speed here, that's it. It's over. That's ball game. So you just have to be so aggressive within reason. And the 6 car, he's currently the leader, and I wonder if that's by strategy or if he's going to have to pit, because it looks like he's been running a fast pace most of this run.
We're going to find out. As soon as we say that, he's coming in with the 12 and the 13 of Stone Mouse. So we have 3 takers there, and you see on the other end, we have a lot of guys leaving pit road back on track. So we're going to find out what they can do, but Expert Toaster directly behind the top 3 guys out here, coming back out on track, and we're going to find out how it cycles out, but we're coming down to the final few laps here, guys. This is it.
They are. Oh, the 42, the 24, and I think the 00, they've all pitted already, and they are working their way through traffic. The MDL had to make some bold moves there to maneuver this traffic as it comes out of pit road, and now they have to do whatever they can to hold on to their track position, because they're going to be at a huge disadvantage on tires. But those front 2 did a great job getting onto pit road and had great stops, and it looks like they're going to get out front, but I don't know, these guys are looking like they're going to wreck back here in this second pack.
They're freaking me out. MDL doing a great job, had a huge run, but I'll tell you what, the guys underneath him, they got together, and he got left out on that outside, and he kind of got ran over. I mean, everyone is just running by him pretty quickly here. They are on a mission to try to catch those top guys there. We're going to see if they can do it, but not much time to do it. Oh, a little bit of contact there. They managed to hold it out.
These guys are racing each other.
Yeah,
they're racing each other so aggressively. But the 24 and the 42, they've both been to pit road already. They're on old tires, so they're at a disadvantage. And if they're in front of these guys, they're holding them up. So they kind of have to be aggressive. The 2 has to put it on the apron and make a move that typically wouldn't you typically wouldn't make. But right now it's looking like it's a 2-car race, because Big John has lost the draft of those front 2 drivers.
Big John has lost the draft, and that is not going to help the top 2 as far as getting away from the back of the pack here. He is currently in third. Element going on the high side. These guys are wanting to start to battle for the win here tonight at Michigan. If Element wins, that will punch his ticket on to the final round to go to Daytona to fight for that championship. The 8, he just wants a win. He lost out on the championship, but he still wants that win, and he's going to fight for it.
Yeah, Element running Element's running a little higher line here. I kind of wonder if maybe he's saving a little tire, if he's just taking it real easy. He's not really making any moves to try to pass the 8 car. I think he wants to make this move as late as possible with the draft. He's going to the outside here. He's going to take that wide arc. I think he might be trying to save his stuff, not drive too hard, so he has just a little bit more than TomTom has for those final couple of laps when he's ready to make his move.
We have 5 to go, coming up on 4. The 8 is still the leader. There's still a few laps to make a move, but they're gonna have to watch that rear view mirror. I don't know that they have a lot that may happen in the next 4.5 laps, but man, it is going to be close. The 8 and 38, as J-Mac said, this is a race between these two guys for now. But look at the guys behind them. If they fight too much and too much contact, Element gets up a little bit with some contact with the 8 car. That is only going to hurt them, and that is going to allow the guys behind him, especially the 47 of Big John, he's going to be able to catch him.
Even with the little bit of draft, I think, with the racing they're doing, I think they're fast enough they're going to be able to keep Big John at bay. But if he could just get a whiff of it down the straightaway, he'd be in good shape. But I think these other cars are driving just way too fast a pace.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are so crazy out here. A big shout out to Hansi Boy. Hopefully I said that right. Thank you so much for the cheers. I really appreciate it. And I thought I saw something earlier. Thank you guys so much for the cheers, for the follows, for tuning in tonight. This race is incredible, and these guys are still going too wide for the lead. TomTom Flitty and Element Zero just out here just battling it out. Clean as can be, but side by side this entire race. Element really has to make that high side work for him, because TomTom, he's not going to let him take it. He's going to have to fight for it if he wants it, and I'll tell you what, he wants it.
Wants it. This is the best run the 38 has had. I was thinking maybe he was running like that to save his stuff, but he might be able to make the pass completely there on the outside, or maybe the 8 is wizened up and maybe he's running a little slower pace, running a little tighter line, but still running maybe a little slower pace, maybe letting him around so he can have the draft. But this is a cat and mouse game. Not sure who's going to pull it off, but they're side by side coming down the line here.
This is crazy. Coming to the white flag, Element is not letting this guy get away. He is going to do all he can. TomTom gets the apron just a little bit. It is not going to help out Element too much, but he side drafted just a little bit. That helped him out, and these guys are back nose to nose. Absolutely incredible racing. Here we go, guys.
Tom buried it
this
in
is
there.
it.
He's going to get a great launch off that corner for as deep as he buried that in there. He's running that white line. He's breaking that draft.
Trying to break the draft.
He's going to pull it back out and have the arc. 38's going to have to move him to make this pass.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, J-Mac. TomTom Flitty might be the winner here tonight if he can hold him off. Here we go around. We're going to come across the line. Here we go. TomTom Flitty is your winner here at Michigan. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it done last week. Man, oh man, a great, fantastic win for him here tonight. Great job, TomTom Flitty, on that win. I wish I could have seen him do it last week so he'd still be in here, but Element with an amazing second place. Big John in third. J-Mac, I don't know if we can get a look on who finished fourth out here, but man, that
looks
was
like the
quite
20 car
crowd.
of Rocky Top. Looks like the 20 of MB Day Rocky Top. I'm sorry for completely just botching that name. We see it every week up at the front, and then it looks like Garbage was in fifth to round out the top 5. But that's your top 5. Garbage, with as great of a car as he is, only managed a 5th, just getting stuck in the back of the pack there. Tried some strategy and then just wrong place, wrong time, and it's just so tough to work your way through the field here. But excellent race there at the end. A nice one-on-one battle, and a nice clean one-on-one battle. And I'm sure Big John wishes it would have been a little dirtier, then he could have gotten up in it. But,
right.
But well met by TomTom Flitty.
Absolutely. We're going to get these guys in the booth. Man, I'll tell you what, a great race tonight. Very exciting finish. These two fought all they could to get the win. TomTom brought it home. Let me see if I can find TomTom. Where are you at, TomTom? Here we go. We'll get Element in here. Fastest time, I see that. Tom Tom with the 4th. And let's get Big John in here, who finished in 3rd. Where's Big John? There he is. We're getting these guys connected. Tell me in chat, let me know for you guys who have watched the season, what has been your favorite race so far? If you can let me know in chat. I'll tell you what, this is probably one of my favorite races. These guys did an incredible job racing all night. We're gonna see if we can get our winner in here. We're still waiting on Tom Tom. Let's see if we can get him in. Until then, J-Mac, you want to give an interview for our 2nd place of, well, here comes Tom Tom.
Oh, Tom's coming right now.
Here he goes.
There he is.
There he is. Tom Tom, congratulations on the win tonight. You put up quite the battle out there.
Yeah, that was a blast at the end with Element. That was insane. I can't believe it.
Side by side for the final few laps. We saw you out there out front all night. What was your strategy going into the race?
Well, I really don't like to have to save gas, and so I just kind of made a setup based off speed, and that's kind of what I've been doing the last few races, and it seems to work pretty well. A lot of it is kind of luck with where the cautions fall and so forth, but there were a lot of people that had a lot of good cars in the field tonight, and the draft was so strong that really anybody had a chance at the win. And at the end, there was just a group of us that kind of broke away from the pack, and when we came down pit road, it kind of separated us a little bit more. Element and I just came out together and just battled it out for the win. I didn't want to keep blocking him, on the bottom, so I left him. I let him choose where he wanted to go, and he kept trying to make the outside work. And kudos to him for that, because I would have probably tried to do the same thing. But it was a good battle. Wish he didn't slide the nose there in turn 1. I thought I might have gotten into him, but he texted me back and told me, luckily, that he didn't. So yeah. I'm out of breath. I don't know what to say.
The competition was fierce out there, and you guys just lap after lap, side by side. Just great racing throughout the entire race. A very kind of caution-free race out here. I mean, very few cautions, so just a great job, Tom Tom. I am still a little heartbroken that you are not in the playoffs. I wish this win. I'm happy for you. I love that you got this win. I just wish it came last week so we'd see you for the playoffs.
Yeah, no kidding. It is what it is. But that's not the end.
Absolutely.
We're still happy to win this one for sure. So definitely gonna celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, you deserve it. The win was awesome tonight. Great racing. Congratulations on the win. You definitely deserved it out there. Very competitive, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next week.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully it was a good race for everybody, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Take it easy, Tom Tom. All right, J-Mac, you want to give our 2nd place of Element an interview?
Yes, ma'am. I've got the 2nd place finisher, Element Zero, driver of that 38 car. Mired middle of the pack early in the race, but slowly worked his way forward, and then boom, right at the end, there you were racing for the win, and had a great car. It looked like I couldn't tell at the you were racing there if maybe you were running that high line to try to save a little bit of tires. You'd had a little bit of an advantage there for the final group, or if you're trying to work it in, and then you ended up there, so you ended up on the outside and almost pulled it off. So take us through your strategy there in that final run to the finish.
Yeah, strategy was just to try to work that middle, because that's what I kind of set the car up to do, was work the middle coming off 2 so I could have a straight line and use that momentum down a back chute and have good speed down into 3 and just let it kind of roll up off the corner and keep the momentum going. That was basically what I set the car up for, and mostly handling. I really wanted a good handling car, especially with how wicked that draft was.
Well,
I
you
had
were
to
able
make
to.
I had to make that
Well,
highlight
you-
work. I was trying
yeah,
so
you-
hard.
you made that highlight work. I wish I'd learned that beforehand. So because I was thinking you're maybe trying to save some tire there or something there just for that last like couple of lap run, but you kept sticking your nose in the top, and then you held that outside of there and were able to hold on to your spot. But an excellent job of working through the field and coming home second and well done.
I'll take it. I'll take second place. That was a good battle. Good win,
It was
Tommy.
a great battle. I mean, you guys had me on the edge of my seat, so yeah, absolutely great battle.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm proud of that. Second place finish. I'll take that all day.
I would say so. You had some fans out there. You had a lot of votes for driver of the race. Garbage won it again, though, but it was very close between the top drivers. Tom was in there, Big John. You guys all were in there, so great job out there. You got to be proud of that second.
There we go. I very much am proud of that second. I'll take it. Stage points and that, yeah.
Heck yeah. You guys see the points out there. Before we get to Big John, we had a question about points. The guys in green are in the playoffs, so that is definitely going to help points for Big John and also Element, who had a fantastic race tonight. Which brings me to Big John. Great job tonight on the top three. You were strong the entire night, making your way up through traffic and getting up there. How was it for the first two stages?
The car felt really good all the way through. We really didn't have to make any major adjustments to get where we had to be. That first stage there, I stayed out one lap too late, and I lost 7 spots there. I didn't gather any first stage points. But second stage, you know, Key was staying with that front 5 or 6 because they seemed to be able to break it away. So Key was staying up there, and third stage, we did a great job of that, and was a little bit off from Tom and Element there when we went to pit. I made up a little bit of time coming into pit road, and I was just off the cusp of the draft there. I was at like 1.5 or 1.6 seconds, so loosened it up for that last run, drove it really hard, and we were able to gain, and I was getting the draft as we were coming through 3 and 4 on them, so I needed one more lap to have a chance. I was hoping they would have battled. I mean, even though they battled really hard there for the lead, I was hoping they were battled a little bit harder so I could have got there. But no, the car felt really good. We had a great points night. Gives a little bit of a cushion there coming into the final 5 for sure. Should be an interesting race next week too. I believe we're at Miami, right?
Yeah, Homestead in 2 weeks.
Yep, it's gonna be an interesting race there too. Multi-groove. Be really essential too to have a tighter car so you're not getting snappy off too. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward here to these last 2 races. It's gonna be interesting for sure. And like you said, you touched on it. There's a lot of competitive guys that come out and bring out great cars every week. So it's really hard to know where you're going to finish. Bringing home a top 10 here is almost like a win.
I mean, you said it there. These guys are so competitive. You did a great job bringing home a top 3. You've been competitive and consistent all season. So I wish you guys a ton of luck going into the final couple of races. We only have 2 races left, guys. We have Homestead in 2 weeks, and then after that, the top 5 are going to battle it out at Daytona to bring home the championship win and bring home that trophy and also the year's subscription to Xbox Live. So a ton of luck to you guys. You guys saw the race here tonight at Michigan. Absolutely amazing. We will be back in 2 weeks for Homestead. We are off next week. It is the Super Bowl Sunday, so we will not be here. We will be watching football. Hope you guys will be too, but tune in 2 weeks from now for Homestead. Same time, same day, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time in 2 weeks on a Sunday. Thank you so much for all the views tonight. A lot of guys came out to support these guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for chatting, for the follows, for the cheers. You guys are amazing, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Take it easy, guys.
R.I.P. Mamba.
That too. Good race, guys. Yeah, it was. That was nice.